Good afternoon, welcome to Showbiz here on JoyNews. Today now, Ghanaian comedian Lekzy DeComic has stated that the continuous hard work by the new generation of comedians is what's making the industry now attractive. According to him, there's been a deliberate attempt to give everyone, including the media, on board.
Has come of age, comedy has come, and to shock you that a lot of them actually, because they came not just because of basket mouth, probably the love they have for some of us also made them show up, because then it wasn't like that, but now we can clearly see that Ghanaians are trying to warm up towards us, and it's a beautiful thing. We are counting for more of such in the future.
I was coming to that, whether you think that Ghanaians are now more of appreciating what you do and and others, and also what are you doing differently that is making us appreciate the craft that you're doing? We
are putting in work. It's work. If you tell me I'm not funny or I'm not good enough to be a comedian, the only way I can prove to you is to work, put out my work. If I'm on this platform and you see me perform and you love what I do, you will not go back with the same narrative that Ghanaian comedians. So we've been working, we've been putting in the work. We have a comedy clubs where new comedians come, old comedians come, we try our new materials. We help grow the content you are trying to scribble down. So that's how we've been able to change the narrative over time. And now I would say we've deliberately gotten the media involved in our business. First, it's like we were quite isolated from the mainstream media, but now, just as you are here interviewing me, in the past probably you will not be here to interview me, but now we invite you guys over to have a feel of what we are doing. And yes, that's how come some of these things go back on radio or TV, and people get to know that something right is being done by these guys, and they show up for us many of the times we do shows.
So in the next 5 years, where do we see the Ghanaian comedy industry? Where do we see it? You are just telling me about how you're working on going outside the country to cross the borders and bridge the gap. 5 years.
Next 5 years, we are expecting that just as now, when we talk about entertainment hub, like we're very active in the comedy industry, the names of Nigeria, countries like Nigeria, South Africa, their names like randomly pop up in the conversation. We are trying to see to it that just as I'm thinking of going to perform elsewhere, that's what would attract the outsiders to know that something really good is going on in Ghana. So we are seeing to it that in the next 5 years, Ghana comedy industry will be like a well that everybody would want to come and like fetch some and drink. And if you are counting maybe top 5 comedians in Africa, probably you have about 4 or 3 Ghanaians names being mentioned.